Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Let's get back to God ain't for old folk. See, when you really living for God, you are a believer in God. You are obeying God when it would be convenient for you not to obey. Not when you're forced to obey. Thank you, Mahir. So Allah stated He created the system called humanity and placed us all in this system called humanity. We have no authority to defile His system. Exactly. Exactly. True worship is the obedience to the Most High when it would be convenient for you to be disobedient. When you are young and fine and hot and the dudes all on you, the sacrifice is to ignore it and do what the Most High told you to do. That's the sacrifice. Not when the men are no longer looking at you. Now you ain't got no choice. Now you want to come over here and act like you was rolling with God the whole time. Now you trying to hide them bodies behind God's mercy, behind His grace, behind His leniency, or your support. You think He lenient. You hope He's lenient. See, too many folk don't understand what that grace is about. They don't know what that grace is about. Grace don't cover your willful disobedience. That is not what grace covers. Y'all ain't heard me today. See, this is what your pastor don't tell you. Grace don't cover your willful disobedience. Punishment comes for that. Thank you, Detorian. Grace comes from your obedience and then the shortcoming of your humanity to not be perfectly obedient at all times. Thank you again, Miss Lucchese. I'm a Catholic. I've never felt you were pushing your religion on me. That's why I trust that you are doing this for the right reason. Thank you so much. Because I don't want nobody to feel like because I'm Muslim, I think everybody in my chat got to be. Because I don't. I respect everybody's differences here. Grace don't cover your willful disobedience. Grace covers I'm obedient, and there are times when I fall short of that because God know He did not create perfection. He know He didn't do it. Grace is for the effort. You make the effort of obedience. You make the effort not to disobey. And then the Most High extends His forgiveness over you. I'll look past it. I'll look past it. I'll overlook the shortcoming. I'll forgive the shortcoming because you make the effort consistently to do what I want. That is the clemency of the Most High. That's the leniency. That's the grace. That's the love. Not for the willfully disobedient. Because when she's doing her whole thing, thank you again, pound for pound, said grace don't cover your willful disobedience. That's a spiritual body. Yes. See, she hide behind God in her youth when she hoeing. Only God can judge me. This is why they say it. The reason why they say only God can judge me is several reasons. Number one, she don't really believe in the existence of the Most High. That's number one. She don't really believe in that. Number two, she knows she out of pocket spiritually. It's in her intrinsically to understand that I am out of pocket spiritually, and therefore there's a judgment for that. But I don't want you to do it. I want God to do it. And the reason why she thinks she wants God to do it is because she has been made to believe in this liberal, all-inclusive, ain't no blame nowhere, we don't punish nobody, I love everything and everybody, God. And number four, she believes the judgment is far off. This is why she wait till she old to try to turn to God, because that's when she think God looking at her. She's closer to her death. She see her mortality. And so therefore, let me try to do one or two little things that I think God want me to do after I had my fun. I made no sacrifice. I've been backed into a corner by my age, by the men's diminishing attention, by the emptiness of myself. I've been backed into a corner to do what I think God want me to do now. What I think he want me to do. Still ain't cracked that Bible to figure it out. Still ain't cracked the Quran to figure it out. Forget about the Old Testament God. Forget about the God in the Quran that say he's swift and he's severe in his punishments. Thank you, Gary. See, they got that whole that white baby Jesus stuff going on in their head. Not God in the book. Thank you, Well Beats. Alhamdulillah, sis, you dropping some powerful gems. Hopefully somebody pick them up. See, they think they got this white baby Jesus stuff going. And you know, God loves everything. No, he don't. No, he don't. I'm sorry. No, he don't. God loves everybody. God wants you to do what he say. He wants everybody to do what he say. I don't know about nobody else, but if you are Muslim and you read the Quran, Allah states specifically who he don't like. He don't like the mushrikun. He don't like the munafiqun. He don't like the kafirun. He don't like the fasiqun. I'm not even gonna translate them words. The Muslims know what I'm talking about. Now, if they stop doing that, if they stop being those things, sure, everybody welcome. Just everybody ain't gonna make it. You forgot about the God that made the Israelites roam the wilderness for 40 years. You forgot about him. He just ain't gonna lead you to the promised land, all y'all. It's a few of y'all about to get swallowed by the earth. It's a few of y'all. Thank you, Miss Me C said, much of what you're saying is true for Christians as well. Many have turned the grace and mercy of God into license to live loose for their own comfort and benefit as if God doesn't see and know all. Mashallah. Yes. That's why I said grace is not for willful disobedience. But she's willfully disobedient. Only God can judge me because she's pretending that the life she lives, the debauchery that she does, the deviancy that she involves herself in is somehow separate from her heart and her character. When in point of fact, the life you live, the life you choose to live is a direct indication of what is in your mind, what is in your heart, and thus your character. That's why I say a woman's sexual history is her character. I don't be just talking to be talking. Thank you, Patrick. Talk just to talk.